My fellow theorists, are the FNAF books canon? Were the parallels in and of themselves just a theory? I may not be the game theorist, but today I'm going into FNAF VR 2 and I'm going to come to my own conclusion about whether or not the books are canon. Let's hop, skip, and jump right into it. Hey guys, and welcome to gtlive, where I am already immersed in the virtual reality that is FNAF Help Wanted 2. Now, if you didn't hear, Steelwool actually announced a content update for this game during Daco's charity stream last weekend. So, there's been a lot of discussion about it online, so to speak, a lot, specifically about a couple characters that popped up, where we saw a little plushie and the Mimic in a mascot costume. But what we saw has some pretty wild implications about how the books fit into the game continuity, specifically the Tales from the Pizzaplex books. So I wanted to get more information. I wanted to gather all of the facts and the intel so that we could come to, an informed conclusion, or at least start to put together the pieces of what might be going on here and what we might be expecting from, Secrets of the Mimic way down the line. So I'm actually not on the PSVR 2, which we did the first gameplay on, because all of the data got lost, or at least it didn't back up, and so I had to grind my way through a whole other game. So here we are. I'm tired, but I'm doing it because I need answers. I need to figure out what's going on. We're back in the hub. I have my Vandy mask on. When I hopped in, Mystic Hippo was yelling things at me, so I'm gonna go see what she's got going on. Hello. All right. The distant past? Well, there's a lot of things that were in the past. This game came out a year ago.
I would dare to say everything that's ever happened has been in the past.
Sam, this is wild. I can really barely hear you because I have fun little jams and bops in my ear right now.
I'll just yell every time I say something.
That helps.
Okay.
What would be in the past, Sam?
Everything that's ever happened.
I thank you. What you need is in the distant past. Maybe she'll give me something else? Girl, what would be in the past?
What's the oldest game that this covers? Its sister location?
Probably. So, in here, we got a lot of them though. So we have Job Interview, Fun Time Gang, and Puppet Master. All right. Let's see. Oh, well. Ooh, hi, Jackie. Look at this. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. I'm just causing disarray right now. Okay, so I see this.
That seems like a good sign.
Okay, let me go back here. No. Oh my God, I already forgot how to access my options. There we go. There, yes. I'm so normal. All right, loading screen, great. Oh, that was it? I got it? What? Whoa. Okay, I spawned and she just started saying equations.
Yeah, she was yapping at us.
So. Okay. 1. 9. 7. 9. 1979? Are you over there?
Who's you? Are you talking to me?
You, yes,
no.
You. The other person in the room.
No, I'm not over there. Yeah, that's me.
All right, cool.
Is it, 1979?
1979.
She confused me with add, return, take, and subtract. Those are 4 different things.
Right?
So I have no idea, but.
It's either that or just one random continuous number, but.
Oh, because that night we were just in is the one that has the keypad pop out.
Beep, beep, boop, beep, beep, boop. So I think we're supposed to put in the year of Secrets of the Mimic.
From the Mimic trailer?
So let me yoink this off. Bah! Nope.
Threw it on the ground.
Whoa, it just flipped a million times. That was awesome.
That's not my dad. That's a mask from the pizza
you must
place
think
that
I'm
I work
a joke. I'm not locked in AR.
I'm not gonna be a part of this Vanny system.
Man.
You can't buy me pizza, man.
You can't run on Mimic 1. Wah! All right, let's try it out. 1, 9, 7, 9. Oh, there he is.
He's like swimming around.
Look at that. Tiger heckin' rock. All right, and I'm getting out of here. Oh, no.
Oh, you're getting out of there.
I'm getting out of here and I'm dying. I'm getting out of life. Oh, all right. Take me out. Take me out. Return to hub. That was easy, I guess. All right. Ah! So over my leg. It's so much harder to do this. Something has changed. Hidden performer is ready to take a bow. Let's do it. Oh, Tiger Rock. The fact that Tiger Rock is here. Sam, who may be over here.
Not even close.
Who may be over here.
Closer.
Who may be over here.
Nailed it.
All right, booyah. Sam.
Yeah.
The fact that Tiger Rock is here has such wild importance.
And so Tiger Rock, I'll say it, I don't know much about the FNAF books. Tiger Rock is the one who looks like Elvis on the cover?
Yes.
Okay.
So Matt and I had this whole bit situation about drawing parallels between Tiger Rock and Elvis.
Okay.
But Tiger Rock is inherently tied to Edwin Murray's son named David. So we see a lot of Tiger Rock in the Mimic story in Tales from the Pizzaplex. We also have references to Tiger Rock in Storyteller, which is another massively important story in that line of books, right?
Okay.
This could be symbolic of David's Tiger Rock plushie, which he always carried around with him. The mimic that Edwin literally made for his son to entertain him, would actually hold up his arm as if he was carrying a Tiger Rock plushie, right? So if this is here, and if we're about to spawn the mimic from this stage, up you go, it's really telling us pretty overtly that these two things are tied, specifically to the mimic and the mimic's history. It's very strongly suggesting that David exists or existed, because my boy beefed it. Sorry, spoilers, and my mic fell. No, it didn't.
No,
Did it
that
fall?
was a scrunchie, it looks like.
Oh, my scrunchie fell out?
R.I.P.
Oh, dang, that sucks.
Scrunch gone.
I am unscrunched. You know, David beefed it young in the way that many kids in this franchise do, okay? I mean, this is a pretty clear connection if I've ever seen one. So, let me spawn some mimic situations going on right now. Wherever this might be. Punch, punch, punch. This is fun. All right, oh, look at that. Look at that mimic in that grotesque mascot costume too. Get up here, boy. Whoa! Oh, he's big. Oh, wow. Okay, the only thing I heard was a solid hit. So let me investigate this first. Look at that. You could see his little eyes popping out from the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hello? Respectfully. Oh, wow. That is wild. Also, a big part of, I mean, there's a lot here. Where do you even begin? Jeez. I believe this is the mascot costume from the Scooper ending?
Yes.
Right? This is from the Scooper ending of the Ruin DLC. I don't know if that is implying, therefore, that is like the true ending from that. It's also worth noting that in Edwin Murray's factory in the story, he was taking these mascot costumes and then, you know, putting the robots and things inside of them. So he worked very closely with mascots of pre-designed characters and stuff like that. This seems to be a lion.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice to use this visual to represent the mimic in general.
Rah.
Because I know in Ruin, he's also just the endoskeleton. The costumes are on the wall. He wears the costume, I think, like you said in the Scooper ending. Then there's also Jackie, who we saw earlier, who seems like is going to be an earlier version of the mimic, potentially, maybe.
It seems highly plausible that Jackie is a mimic, if not one of the initial.
Yeah, so it's interesting that this visual represents the mimic.
Right? It's also me. Over here, you can kind of see the polka dots on the sleeves and such like that. And if the previous game was heavily tied to this sort of carnival aesthetic, especially what John FNAF has been laying down about Fall Fest and Circus Baby, then... Whoa. Hey. Okay, that was very loud, and it started at a strange time, and I just want to say, if one of y'all is listening to me, make it less obvious. Move in silence.
Yeah, like lasagna. That's how real G's do it.
So, yes, this is very much a tease and a hype-up update for this upcoming game, but I don't mind.
What are the tubes in his stomach coming out? Like those blue...
Don't shame his intestines, Sam. Some of us are built different, that's okay.
This creature seems like he's built very differently. Like, what is that in relation to a mascot costume?
Well, I mean, there's like bones and stuff in there.
That's like his endoskeleton, no?
I mean, yes, but it's also bone colored. The endo just happens to look very bone-esque, but you could see that same coloration down here with this like kind of ball joint, and then the sort of like, it's like a wire gridding as like a protective.
Yeah, he's got like a wire frame.
Unit. Yeah, it's like to hold up and keep up the form of this costume while you're wearing it. So, hey, wherever you are, where are you?
Me?
Hi, camera.
Yeah.
Are you here? Am I looking at you?
The camera? Yeah, you nailed it. You spiked it like
awesome.
Jim.
Hey, so we just did some kind of like tussling around. I put my head in the intestines there. It seems to be kind of what we've seen in the books with Edwin's early concoctions of the mascot suits. This is certainly pre-Springlock. It's an interesting detail just in terms of the way it was colored and graded, that the endo down here just looks so bony, and then you have the wires sticking out that look kind of like intestines, and that's slashed open. It's just an interesting little feature to have here. Also, lions, tigers, and where is he? Bears.
Oh my.
Lions and tigers and bears. Lions and tigers and bears.
That's actually kind of funny.
Isn't that kind of awesome?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, we've got all the beasts here. Now, we heard you say beep, 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 that there was a solid hit that we had to put on him. Bonk. Whoa. Yo, that was loud. No?
She's asleep.
Consult the time. Knock, knock.
Wake
Hey,
up.
a solid hit? That's all I get? I don't get another... Oh. Well, you just kind of wanted to be in my business. That opened.
Freeze.
Right? I would like to not hold you. Please, drop. Oh my god, let go. What is going on with these controllers, man? Did it just open already? Do I not need to do any of that?
It looks open to me.
Oh my gosh. All right, fine. Fine. Here we go. Ooh! Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a gosh darn minute. Wait a minute.
Waiting.
This is what we saw in the trailer. Or the teaser for Secrets of the Mimic.
True.
We have the box, Jackie's box, Jack in the Box, that whole situation, very much the carnival-esque vibe. I think this is even the carpet.
It is the carpet.
That we saw. So, wow, okay, here we are. I wonder if this is just like a fun little area, or if it's like, surprise, we're keeping it in this space. Oh, I'm scared. Okay.
Time to play!
Time to play, all right. Ooh, a puzzle. What's this? Double vision puzzle. Ages 3 to 7. MCM, okay. And a barcode. I wonder if we could scan that. I think that'd be really cool. I could stare at it really intensely. I don't know where you are. I could stare at it really intensely. And then you could scan it.
Okay. Yes, stare at it. Let me...
Yep, boom.
Okay, I got it.
You got it?
I got a picture. All
right.
Check it out.
Great,
I'll run it through the lab.
great. All right, I'm gonna go here, put that down. Ooh. Okay, what is going on here? All right, that looks very industrial back here. You see all the pipes and tubes kind of going up.
Yeah.
This looks very brightly colored though. Some carnival implications, and then this is groovy, to say the very least. Look at this groovy little thing.
Woo!
Woo! You got a little. It actually mimics mimics the pattern on this carpet, which I find very interesting.
And that is all reminiscent of a very similar time period.
Yes.
Which I mean, they gave us the date, I guess.
Yeah,
it's like
this
late
is
70s.
groovy. This is 70s groovy. 110%. All right. Get this back on. All right. So what that tells me is there are more puzzle pieces that I must find. I fear. All right.
I fear you're correct.
All right. We are fearing. Okay.
No luck on scanning that barcode. It doesn't seem to be a real code.
No luck?
No.
Aw, shucks. Okay. That's all right. So now we gotta find these puzzle pieces.
We got the first one in sister location. Do we have to go through the rest of the
Oh gosh.
the games?
Just play some games and get back in? Let's see.
Maybe.
Oh boy.
Solid Hit. Is that the one with the mallet?
No, I think the solid hit was what we had to do
that
with the
opened
mimic.
the door?
So we had to like shoot him, but I reached for a gun, it glitched out, and then the door opened. So I don't know what happened there, but like, okay. Bonkabon, Bonnie Bowl, Bazzer Blast. Here, let's just go crazy. Whoa. So this is Justin's VR headset. This is not, I don't have ones that are this smart, but I could just grip, and that's so cool. I didn't realize that it was like, oh, I'll pick up things in the game if you squeeze. That's fun. Oh! Okay. Well, I got that. Do they just spawn in whatever game you do?
You got one?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was right there.
heck yeah.
Let's get out of here. All right, let's see. We'll keep on going. This might just be hidden throughout. We have to go kind of sicko mode. Sam, do you have any hot tips on where I might be able to look?
I've got a hot tip for you.
What is it?
Go check out our good friend Candy Cadet.
Candy Cadet.
Maybe he will tell you a story. Or maybe there's a puzzle piece around him.
All right, boom. All right, bud.
Thanks, Candy Cadet.
I wonder if there's more in the hard mode hub. I guess that would make sense. Ugh. Sorry, besties. All your parts that got yoinked. Previous editions. Ooh. Okay, boom. Let's see, anything back here? No. Just a bunch of decrepit objects. So, let's see. Maybe let's try some hard mode games, right? What's a good one?
Let's do the one where you make the... Is the one where you make the paper pals? Is that a hard mode game?
Oh, the arts and crafts?
crafts?
All right, let's do it. All right. Ooh.
Make crafts, but then you need to go.
In here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, not so tough.
got one. All right, so is that one for this game?
Yeah,
All right, great.
that's it.
Let's bounce. All right, so that's that.
Nailed it.
I'm still on the ground, but that's
That's
okay. Cool. Great.
Then let's check out the Endo Warehouse
All right,
game.
Endo Warehouse. Where they learn all the thingies.
Class begins.
Hi, hand unit. How are ya? Ugh. Oh. Okay, great. Got that.
Easy.
And go quit. There we go.
Next, next, next.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's see how many we have. And let's put them together. I'd like to do a nice little progress check-in. Okay. Okay. That goes here. Get a sense of what this image is. Okay, up here. Okay. So that's I mean, it looks like a festive, like carnival, almost like state fair. It was like more fun building, but there is still this like industrial piece back here that doesn't seem to fit. It's like very gray, where this is all hyper colorful.
Right, and that like
Oh, the shadow.
that the shadow's crazy.
Go away.
That tip at the top of the building, that is like so bizarre. That feels like a strange choice for a building.
So when you say a tip, do you mean like the triangular?
Yeah, like the roof coming to that like singular point.
It feels fantastical. Like,
Yeah,
you
like
know
a
when you're going to
castle.
like a Renaissance fair and you see those like big buildings like that, where
I
it's
am
like
not
they're kind
familiar
of
with
formed
that.
like a cottage situation. It's giving me that sort of thing, but that's like the kind of carnival-esque feel that it's giving though. It's that
Yes.
It's that fun, it's the fantastical, it's different, right?
Very.
We're gonna see if there's any KS, K, G, GI.
Yeah.
Hopefully not gastrointestinal though. Let's see, let's try without it. Is that a Volkswagen?
Yeah, that's a van.
That's a Volkswagen van. Get over there, Vanny. Ha! Vanny.
Oh, and what's the lore implications in the game of the mask? Like, is what we're seeing without the mask reality?
Yes.
Okay.
This is how things actually are without it.
Okay.
So we could be seeing a glimpse into like an image from the past with this, something that's more glorified, fantastical, thematically that aligns. But van is what would be here. But obviously this is designed for both as it is a double vision puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. So also, again, this is definitely like a more oldie-timey vehicle. I say a Volkswagen van, like a bus, that's what it reminds me of, right? Vintage. Are we doing like transport between this weird building and some other place or here? So we need to figure out what's going on with this here. But this is telling a story. These two things are for sure connected, and I think that the van is also connected to the real life, right? There's a reason why this is the image that we're being shown without the mask versus this is the more glorified, polished, pretty image that we're seeing, as we do with most of the stuff on the masks. So, all right, take me home. I gotta do my best with this one and go kind of quick.
Yeah, let's nail this out pretty
All right.
quick. Breaker room.
Breaker room. All right. Okay. Oh. Boom, got that. Breaker room, got it.
Okay.
All right. Wait. This is a race against the clock. The battery on this controller is going.
Soda. Fizzy Faz Night 4.
Fizzy Faz, Fizzy Faz, Fizzy Faz. All right, night 4. Okay, hard mode. Yeet. Nope, 3, 4, bam. All right, this is when we had electrolytes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Matt and I had a hard time with the salt. Okay.
Clock and job start.
I would take a look around the soda can.
The soda.
Warned.
Oh, the soda-roni.
Ingredients may attract unwanted
Okay.
pests.
Glug, 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 glug.
Okay, got it. All right. And quit. Next one.
First aid lefty.
First aid lefty. All right. First aid, first aid, first aid, first aid, first aid, first aid. That is first aid lefty. Boom. I can read. All right.
Welcome
Oh.
back.
Okay. Got it.
Nice.
Great. So, how many more do we have? I feel like we've gotten a lot.
I believe that might be all of them.
Oh, amazing. Okay, let's see. What's going on? All right. Oh, we should be set. I'd be shocked if we weren't.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, there's weird sounds when I pick them up, too. Huh. Okay, wow. Whoa! Holy moly! Look at that! Can I get closer? I sure can.
Can we get in there?
No, it doesn't seem that way.
Bruh.
Whoa, look at this. Masks. Then there's like a stained glass window. You could see Bonnie and Fredbear, I think. It's just the two of them, and he's much more golden. And then it's like a Oregon Trail style
Yeah,
wagon
really.
going on. That's crazy. You can see the moon and the sun associated with Bonnie and Freddy. That's interesting. Huh. It's very, very small, but you can see it up there in the glass.
It looks too like I see the characters, and then right under them looks like the security nodes from Ruin that you need to hack to like turn on and unlock Mixus, like the purple kind of diamond shaped things.
Oh, like the purple diamonds underneath them?
Yes.
So there's that. There's like this sort of like almost heavenly scene, because this is like, if that's the moon and the sun, you know, and there's like this clouds and like the rolling hills under here, and then Oregon, and again with the sun and moon. Yeah, I wonder who that could be referencing. Here with this wagon, right? So those two things are connected as well. That's interesting. Another sun down here. Wonder if there's an additional moon. Also worth noting, 4625.
4625.
That sounds like a date if I ever heard one.
Oh,
April
yeah,
6th, 2025.
Interesting.
That could be our proposed or teased date. Or alternatively, this is just like some other number or code that might be important later on. I don't know. But that feels like, based on what we know about when Secrets of the Mimic is slated to drop, I would be shocked if it wasn't April 6th of next year. Which is exciting and cool.
Yeah, I think you made a really interesting point about sun and moon with that image.
So, no, my mask. I'm not done looking at the lore.
Oh, no. Oh.
What if I go really fast?
Is that the van?
It is. Well, I'm not done. All right, good, we're back. I'll get to the van. It's very interesting, but I need to be here. That's the other moon, by the way. There's a moon there. And then there's like a star there. So a lot of that night and day imagery coming into play here. And it looks like...
And that was one of the earlier theories that I know Matt had thrown out there about Eclipse being one of those early characters due to the way the teeth work, similar to the Mimic. Like they have very specific details. And so the fact that this graphic seems to show Bonnie, Fredbear, Sun in some way, and Moon in some way as like those were originals. Yeah. That seems really interesting. So I think we're gonna get a pretty solid idea of who came first and when, right? Like we already had an idea that, like, you know, I guess it's interesting. It's like it's Bonnie and Fredbear, not like our spring Bonnie. You know what I mean? But maybe is that part of why Bonnie was blue? That'd be a wild, like, surprise, Bonnie was blue because of the moon. But, like, it's just an interesting differentiation here because we associate those initial two as both being golden. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's an interesting observation. What is this building that we're looking at? I feel like
that's the big question.
So it's masks here, gifts here. There's like a gift shop that sells masks.
It's interesting, right?
Yes.
So I've stayed away from I've stayed away from spoilers as much as I can, but at the same time, it's important to be keyed into the community when there's big reveals and things like this, because people are going to be speculating about the lore and the implications. I have seen people call this a factory. I don't get big factory vibes from this. Like, this doesn't give factory.
No.
But if you were to connect it more to Edwin, who lived in his factory, and that was ultimately given to Fazbear after the passing of David, and Edwin kind of losing his mind a little bit, then, like, I could see that, and this would be a very on the nose, like, yes, Edwin is in this continuity, so is David. There's really no way to escape it. But I don't know how much this gives me factory.
I don't think it gives factory to me really at all. I also don't know too much about Edwin literally at all. The only thing I feel like I know is that he makes vacuums.
Yeah, so he became very successful making vacuums. Okay. And then the vacuums had problems and it kind of fell off.
And then he made robots?
Yeah, so then Fazbear had an acquisition of Edwin's engineering company, and then Edwin worked for Fazbear. And he lived in this, like, lace factory. And then once David passed away because he ran after his ball, and then all Edwin had was the Mimic that he made for David, like, he lashed out on the Mimic and beat him up, basically taught the Mimic violence.
Right.
In a way that any smart, intelligent man, as Edwin Murray is implied to be, would totally do. Like, you know, it started a whole situation, right? So that was also factory at end of, like, highway in front of busy road. So I don't know if this matches that vibe, but I also, again, those sort of, like, industry pipes and things in the background, I could see this being in front of a place like that. Maybe it's like, oh, there's, like, ugly industry stuff back here, but in front of that, we have the masks and the gift shop. It would align with the fact that Edwin was working with the mascot costumes and the masks inside of that factory. If this was just like a, nope, covered up here, we got the factory and then we turned it into Fall Fest, that whole area, maybe. It feels like that's a lot of steps, like logically, to go through to get to that point. But I do want to call out that I've heard people call it a factory, and that should be acknowledged. And you could see sort of those metal pipes just like bursting out of that little sign right there.
Yeah.
So there's definitely notes of industry. Yes. Hints, undertones of work.
Yeah, it doesn't immediately look like a factory to me. And the other thing that's a little bit putting me off is, based on your description, it doesn't seem like Edwin, like this wasn't what he did.
No,
like this wasn't his business. Masks and gifts.
No, it's not. This isn't Edwin actively doing a thing. This is a front. This is a carnival front. But also, to note, look how juxtaposed this mailbox is. Look how much this doesn't fit with the aesthetic of what's happening here, right? We have color, we have magnificent designs, we have like stained glass, we have big shapes and bright colors, and this is like gothic. A gothic mailbox, you know? So I think that might be a hint that there is something, in the way that many things at Five Nights at Freddy's are, something more dark and sinister and less pretty behind all of this. Sure, but I don't know, man. This is very clearly to me something that we might see in Secrets of the Mimic, and maybe within that context it will make more sense, but I don't know if I feel comfy calling this a factory just yet, unless Steel Wool said something that I am not privy to. That's so interesting. This is a cool structure. Yeah. Let me just say that. It's very nifty. Also, a lot of these windows are just odd in the way that they're placed.
I know, it's kind of reminding me of the Hello Neighbor house a little bit.
It's a little like mismatched and things.
Maybe Edwin is the neighbor. Mr. Peterson.
Hello, Edwin. This is really cool. Oh yeah, look at those like darkish pipes up there too. That kind of aligns more with the aesthetic that we're getting from this mailbox. You see those pipes? It's really hard to see. No! Get! Thank you. Like they're kind of sticking up from that wood, and over here as well you can see it behind that fence. Here. It's a little hard, but they're just like stakes almost, like these dark metal. That just feels so strange. I wonder if we could see some of that in the puzzle. I'm going in. Yeah, so, okay, those are these little stakes that are popping up. It looks like it just might be a balcony, but back here again, like that, I could see this. That's factory.
That's factory.
That for sure is factory, and this is like the front of that, right? So did they build like a whole carnival situation in front of a factory, and maybe some of the masks that we don't want are from the factory are just going through here? That's wild, and that's mostly a joke. I'm joking, but look at that. Isn't that so interesting? Yeah, like these are very two juxtaposed things, and we're seeing more of that juxtaposition in the front there. That's cool. That's so cool. If that's like a factory front, and that's just like the public facing what they're showing at, you know, whatever carnival situation we're getting, that's really, really cool. All right, well, I guess it's time for us to take off the mask. Kind of see what else is going on with this van. That's so funny. There it is. Oh, gosh. It's Mixus. Did that take Mixus here? Did that take Mixus to the Pizzaplex? Did it come from there? Get off. Right? Is that our transition point? Like it started from here back, like us looking to the past to the prettier picture and transitioning here. I mean, I feel like if they're putting a van and a building in front of each other, right? And we're seeing obviously the past and now. And we know that Mixus is here now. And we know that Mixus is tied to the Mimic also. Is that like, that van transported Mixus from wherever this is to here, which is what we saw in Ruin, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, 4, 6, 2, 5. Ah! Whoa, whoa! Woo! Oh! Oh my god! That is very fast, sir. Please look at the speed limit next time.
You're inside a building.
Ooh! Ooh! Oh, this is fun. Fun little credit music. Wow, okay, so that's it.
That's it. That's the update.
Wow, okay.
You've been updated.
That's all right. I'll make sure this is still visible so that the people who did the work get their credit and their visibility. But wow. How about that? I mean, I guess they did advertise this as a content update and not like, you know, oh my gosh. A content update and not like DLC. But, you know, it kind of was just like getting pieces and making these images, you know what I mean? All right, awesome. Yippee! All right, cool. So, woo! Ah, that was our gameplay. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna clean up some of what's happening here, and then we need to have a discussion. So hold on. All right, well, now that I look like a hot mess, thank you, VR. Very cool. Let me get this in like a bun or something. Me oh my. Wow, okay, so a few things right off the bat, and I think this is important to just say and make it known. I am newer to the books and the deep lore dive. I understand that for some of y'all, like myself, way back when talking about the books, things feel very confusing and overwhelming, and people get very defensive about certain interpretations of those books. So I wanted to give you a little bit of a lowdown about how the books are talked about in today's FNAF climate, right? Just so that you all know, and if you hear more discussions and theories about it, you might be able to understand it a little bit better. So, in terms of FNAF books, we have the Security Logbook, we have the Silver Eyes trilogy, we have some coloring books, that's very fun and cool. Then we have the Fazbear Frights line of books, and the Tales from the Pizzaplex line of books. Fazbear Frights and Tales from the Pizzaplex. Those two lines are what you're going to be hearing a lot of conversation about over the next few months. Also, between these two book series, Fazbear Frights and Tales from the Pizzaplex, there is a lot of discussion about whether or not one of these series, both of these series, neither, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, are either canon to the games or exist within the game's continuity, I should probably say, or if they just exist in parallels and the stories have parallels to the games, but they exist in different continuities, and you have to use the sort of storylines that and information that you learn from the books to inform what's going on in the games. Within the theorist community, it seems like a lot of people tend to lean more towards the parallels side of the debate. And largely in the community now, I've noticed there's been a lot more solidarity with the continuity of the games angle, right? So this is coming at a time where people have a lot of strong questions about the books, and some people are just straight up not comfortable talking about the books publicly because of that debate. What we uncovered here today ties very much to the Tales from the Pizzaplex line of books. This content update seems to say, based off of the Tiger Rock plushie that was there, even just keeping the Mimic in a mascot costume, the many ties that we've been seeing to the Vanny mask and the network, the kind of factory imagery that we got towards the end there in that puzzle with the kind of industry pipes in the back. This seems to imply that at the very least, Edwin Murray and David Murray, his son, exist within the game's continuity. That's what it seems to imply. Does it imply that all of the stories from Tales from the Pizzaplex exist within the game's continuity because of those, because of those images being seen here? It opens an interesting line of questioning to say that the Tales from the Pizzaplex books all have stories that exist within the continuity because of the very first story that we read from Tales from the Pizzaplex. It's a story called Frailty. And in Frailty, we follow this teenager. Her name is Jessica, and she has a little necklace with a little pendant at the end of it. And she works at a hospital, and she goes into these sick, dying children's rooms at night and takes a knife and cuts off part of the end of her necklace, part of that charm, part of that pendant. Whoa. And the children that have the shavings of the necklace placed upon them heal. They heal, they get better. But as the necklace, as that little pendant grows thinner, as more of it is shaved and cut off, Jessica feels weaker. And there are pieces of trash that are following her around. Not like, I'm a piece of garbage, I'm going to follow you. No, it's she walks somewhere and then you hear a clatter on the floor. You look down. It's an old combination lock. Pieces of just scrap and junk metal just kind of happening after she does, right? Now, the necklace is made of remnant. It's remnant, and it's casting an illusion. She's actually this amalgamation of junk and pieces. And she gives the rest of her pendant, the remnant, to someone she meets at the hospital. And she just falls apart as this big pile of trash. That's in Tales from the Pizzaplex. And it gets more complicated when you realize that one of the first stories that we read in Frights, To Be Beautiful, has a protagonist that meets literally the same fate. The same fate. It's To Be Beautiful. We actually had a mini game about it when we played Into the Pit a few months ago on this channel, where this animatronic named Eleanor, who looks like Circus Baby, but they're different. I promise. It's confusing if you're not in it, but it's also confusing if you are. Don't worry about it. But she gives Sarah this necklace and says, oh, you want to be beautiful? Keep this necklace on. Don't take it off. And every night you're going to become a little bit more beautiful, right? Well, eventually, in the way that Chekhov's gun does, the necklace does go off, and it's revealed that Sarah is just this amalgamation of junk and trash, and just kind of falls apart. So, wait a minute then. If you say that all of Tales is canon, that links to a story from Fazbear Frights. Does that mean all of Fazbear Frights is canon? It gets tricky. And there's been outlines of different stories and collection of stories from Fazbear Frights that relate to certain characters or plot lines. And it gets confusing and overwhelming for a lot of people as we try to make sense of what is being said here. It opens up a lot of interesting questions, and I'm not going to say whether or not I think, oh, yeah, absolutely, or no, not at all, right? I'm looking at the evidence, I'm looking at the facts and what's being presented to us with this update and calling it like I see it. But I have to stay open to future games and updates coming out, because if I'm not open and if I'm not open to seeing a variety of clues and evidence points, then I'm just going to end up subconsciously cherry picking for things that affirm my point of view, and I don't want to do that, right? So I'm keeping my mind open. Where that takes us afterwards, we don't know yet, but I am excited to see what else comes out and what more we can discover from everything that's happening here with Secrets of the Mimic, right? So I'm keeping my mind open. I'm excited to get into this. I'm excited to theorize and see really in totality how all the books connect to this. And also, I think that people will appreciate the payoff of the books and have things that it's like, oh my gosh, we know this exists within continuity. Whew, okay, we have more information. I think that from a community standpoint, a lot of people will feel relieved with that. But that's all I'll say. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here throughout all of the FNAF mayhem, and I cannot wait to see y'all for Secrets of the Mimic that might be happening on April 6th, 2025. So write that down in y'all's little calendars and come back here when that day comes. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, it wasn't a live stream, but it was a video for you. See ya!